ಏಯ್ ಯಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಸಮಾಧಾನ ಸೈಲೆನ್ಸ್.
Hi, good evening. It's 4th of June, and I know yesterday's video was not as much as what I wanted, and I told you too many things running in my mind yesterday, and I was not so in a good shape to actually tell out whatever I wanted to tell. So probably today is the time. But before I start, one thing I want to put out is regarding that elephant death issue. And from today morning, I've been seeing tons and tons of posts on social media, like articles and Twitter posts, and so many things, so many contradicting views, and so many contradicting perspectives on this whole incident. And I was wondering, like, why are people relating anything to everything? Because what I notice is that there are sometimes people are bringing in the communal aspect into this whole story, people are bringing the political aspect, and there are people who are trying to say that there are certain campaigns that are being run wherein people are just copy pasting certain messages on Twitter or Facebook and things like that. And of course, there are conservationists, wildlife conservationists, who have their own perspective and their own way of putting up things, and they say that this is nothing, this is something very common, and all those things. Like, I don't want to get into details of each and every uh, point or perspective that I saw, but it's interesting to see so many things getting getting into the outside world through social media just because of one such incident, and it's actually become an international news. Like, I see even Animal Planet Instagram channel sharing photos of this whole incident and things like that. But anyway, let's move on. I just want to tell that it's not just about what the way we take that news. There is always like n number of people waiting outside to push in their own thoughts and push in their own perspectives into people's mind. And you, as a end person, like you are responsible to decide what is that you want to take and what is that you want to consume and what is that you want to accept. So I just want to leave it there. I don't want to drag this conversation too much. Now, moving on to one of the things that I wanted to talk about yesterday. Again, this is not something which I can completely tell in one day, but I thought, let me get started. So the thing is about travel. Now, we all know travel is something which is totally not something which you can imagine also in the current situation. Uh, be it like local travel, be it domestic travel to other states, or even international travel. It's in a very bad shape as of now. And over the last 1 month, I would say, I've been reading a lot of articles and a lot of seeing a lot of videos on the internet from the tourism sector, people related to tourism sector, like sometimes like the ministers, or sometimes the people who are directly impacted because of all these things. They are of the opinion that this will take a long time to recover, and it's not something like what we are having now in the city, like what's happening in the last 1 or 2 weeks, wherein a decision is taken by the government to open up, say, liquor stores, or open up restaurants here in the city, or open up the malls that they're planning to do in the coming week and things like that. It's not as simple and straightforward as that, especially in the travel industry. People have that fear. People will always be with the fear that what will happen when they go out, what will with the consequences, whether the place they are going is safe. When I say place, I am talking about both the place they are going to visit and the place they are going to stay, both of which are very crucial parts of this whole ecosystem. So it's a little bit tricky as to how the travel industry will recover out of all these things, be it the accommodation, or be it the whole international flights and all those things. It's a huge revenue. I tell you very frankly, it's a very, very huge revenue that is getting impacted because of all the travel restrictions that we have. And I feel that it will continue for some more time, and I'm not very optimistic that some more time is few months. It might get overflown into the next year as well. So I'm not very optimistic that either this monsoon or winter we will see recovery in the form of the travels segment. Now, having said that, Uh, I was specifically reading this particular article which came in the newspaper, wherein it was an interview with our own tourism development minister in Karnataka, C.T. Ravi, and he told that he is anticipating the loss to be a huge one, running up to a few thousands of crores, because there are like literally thousands and lakhs of people involved everywhere, right through your booking agents, from the place where you stay, the guides, the places where you're actually visiting, the ticketing revenue, so many things. Okay, there is like a revenue accounting up to few thousands of crores that is being impacted. But he also thinks that this would probably take about a year or a year and a half to recover, and everything to come back to normalcy. He is telling it's mid of next year or maybe even late. But having said that, he also put forward one more point, wherein he's telling a three-step approach in which we can sort of try to build the momentum leading to that 1 year or 1.5 year mark. So the approach that he is suggesting is something like one is the local people themselves initiating local travel. I'm not sure if I'm getting the right words, but I'll try to explain it in detail in the future videos. But what he's trying to tell here is that to see if the people locally can travel locally. Yes, the localites traveling locally and exploring the place. So it happens like not everyone knows everything in the place where they stay. So I might be a localite here in Bangalore, I might be a localite of Mysore, but there might be something which I know, there might be something which I know. Now he's telling that we should do it in a phased manner wherein we as localites go and explore our own surroundings and try to figure out if there is anything new that can be shown to the world, if there is anything new that can be uh, written about or photographed or anything like that. Okay, so first phase is wherein the local travel locally, and in the second phase he is expecting wherein we expand this to a national level, wherein we take all this content, we take all these experiences and encourage people from the other states or other districts to come to our own place and explore along with us. So it's kind of that confidence inducing mechanism that they want to do in the phase one. And in the phase two, we are attracting people again locally. I'm not talking about international tourists, but we are talking about people from the other district or people from the other state. And this is also a time wherein you start and go and explore those places which those locals have explored and kept it open for you to come and experience. And in the third phase is when they're expecting international tourists to come in. Again, these all these cumulative experiences when exposed to the outside world, and when we give them a confidence that it is good, it is safe, and it's all fine to travel again, that's when the international travelers starts coming in. So that's what he wants to target in the third phase. There are specific names for each of these phases. Probably I'll come back to that in the future videos. But personally, I feel that it's a very good idea. One main reason, because even if you want to think about the phase 2 approach, it can't be done now, because there are borders which are closed. Like as of the day when I'm talking today, which is 4th June, people from Maharashtra can't come into Karnataka, and people from Tamil Nadu have some their own restrictions to come to Karnataka, and similar is the case when people going to Kerala or other, like borders are closed. So in that way, it is difficult for people to travel beyond boundaries. When I say beyond boundaries, boundaries of their districts or state and things like that. And the localites are the one who are the best people here, so that they can go and explore what is there around them. So there is no restriction for me to travel around my own city and explore what is there. Nobody is preventing from doing that. And until and unless I follow the norms, the health guidelines that has been set, which is maintaining the social distancing, wearing a mask, and making sure that I don't I sanitize and keep myself safe from anything that is related to coronavirus. So me as a local, exploring the surrounding places is not something which has any restriction. So this is something which I feel is good and it is doable, and if we can sustain it for like few months and try to bring out new things which people might not have seen, that will be definitely a selling point, I would say, for people who are coming in from other states, or probably even for the people who are coming in from other countries. So I've been thinking about how I can contribute to this, how I can see that whatever I can do, either as a traveler or as a photographer or as a person who is technically able to deliver something in the form of, like say, some resources or something which can be used by fellow travelers or fellow photographers to actually showcase it to the outside world. So that's something I've been working on. I'll tell you more details about it probably in the coming days or weeks. It's probably, I would say, in the point two stage. I would not even say stage one or stage two. It's in the points two. Like we come up with some designs, come aspects, and all those things I've been discussing with people. It's basically, to summarize, it's a way wherein localites, when they're exploring the places around them, it's a way for them to showcase to the outside world. We know that we have things like Twitter or Instagram or for that matter Facebook, or even blogs, your own blogs or YouTube channels to showcase, but something else which can be used to showcase newer stuff into the outside world. That is something which I've been discussing with few of my friends, and I'm trying to figure out what we can do. So this is probably the first time ever I'm speaking about it to the outside world. So I'm really very eager and enthusiastic about that thing, and I'm pretty sure by probably uh, end of Q3 or Q4 is when I'm thinking that we'll have something out in the public, so that people can start using it and start using to generate content and stuff like that. And when I'm telling people generating content or use something new or probably use whatever they have, especially Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube and thing, there are things that people can explore beyond the usual the hotspots kind of thing. It need not be an architectural place, it need not be a park or anything. People can start exploring things related to food tourism, people can start exploring things related to cultural tourism, people can start exploring things related to music tourism and stuff like that. So there is innumerous opportunity that's there currently, but it's just that all this lockdown and the corona situation wherein traveling has become has come to a standstill, which is causing that it is left unexplored. And I'm pretty sure in the coming months or probably by the end of this year, we will sort of be in a good shape regarding what we can do with respect to travel. And probably I'm hoping that sooner than later things settle down, and we are able to travel outside on all these vaccines and everything is there in place. So that's something which I thought I'll talk about today. As I told you, I'm just initiating all these things now. It's not something which I can explain in detail in one video. I just want to keep it very short and sweet for a given day. And I'll explain you in the coming days also what is that I'm thinking of, and probably if somebody is there to help me out, I'm more than happy to talk to them and get their inputs and incorporate into this. Now, having said all these things, there is one specific point that I've been hearing a lot, especially in the YouTube channels from the rider community guys, which I thought like it's very good and valid. People who want to directly go into stage two, or probably who wants to travel to say other districts and start exploring there. I think it's the person, the traveler, needs to be a little bit sensitive of this current situation right now, because once you start going to offbeat places or say some remote places, not the city kind of things, when you start going and exploring towns and villages and things like that, people there are still in fear. Okay, so every single day now, like over the last several weeks, we have been seeing that the cases are increasing. So people are still fear about like what will happen, what if somebody in their community gets this coronavirus and that gets spread and all those stuff. So one way we need to be respectful of the situation, that we are kind of like aliens to their place. Like the moment I cross the border and go to a different district or a different state, we are we are a different people coming from a city life. So risk is more. So they will also have that fear. So there might be some kind of a retaliation or something like that. So in that way, we need to be very careful, sensitive, and a little bit judgmental about whether we should do this or not. Second thing is look at the financial aspect or the economy aspect. There has not been any travel or anything that has happened over the last 3 months, and things will continue like this over the next few months, like as I told in the beginning. So people are missing that revenue or anything. So the very moment they see that somebody is coming from a city or something like that, there are possibilities that things like mugging and such stuff can happen, and people can think that this is a way to make quick money. And especially like people who have been working in cities, who have moved back to their villages for safety and things like that, they now lack that financial regular inflow of financial stuff and financial support, which I'm pretty sure will. I'm not telling everyone will do it. I'm not telling there might be people who are doing it, but this is a possibility, and it's very definite that it can happen. It need not happen in a specific place. It can happen anywhere. It can happen in your own city also. So be a little bit careful, especially when you're exploring places alone, and take wise decision. Make sure that you are not venturing into offbeat places now itself. It's a little bit too sensitive and risky to do that. So in that way, I would say these are the things which we should be careful about, and try to be as much as concentrated towards the place where we are in. Probably put a radius of about like say 30 or 40, 50 kilometers around you, and just try to explore there itself rather than trying to go into a different district or a different state now itself. I'll so that's pretty much what I wanted to talk in today's vlog. This is something which I should have ideally spoken yesterday, but better late than never. I've done it now. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. More stuff related to travel, more stuff related to photography coming up. Thank you. Bye bye.